Want to show you how I took off this parking brake pedal assembly. This is a 1996 Dodge Caravan. It'll probably work for any Caravan. First thing, take off the negative terminal of the battery. After that, they tell you to take off this sill plate. There's no screws to it. You just kind of pop it up. If you see on the other side, there are these connectors that go into those holes. Next step was to take off the cover under the steering column that sits here. Mine had 3 screws, one on the side there, one there on and one there on the bottom. The other, it still stayed in, so there are these clips in here. They just pull straight out of the car. Kind of a pain to work on it without breaking them. There's one on either side of this cover. Below that, there is a metal piece which sticks here. There were, I think, 10 millimeter bolts to get out. So take those off. You'll see a whole bunch of holes here at the bottom. 3 on the right-hand side for me. 10 of those, take those off. Next step was to get this electrical instrument panel out of the way. It sits right up back here. It sits behind here. It's a pain to get at. There are 3 bolts. They're 10 millimeter as well. There's 1 on the left there, 2 on the right. To get it out, I had to take out, to shimmy it out from back behind here, I had to take out the 4 electrical connectors. These are a pain to get at. They're 11 millimeter. And I had to use 2 extensions on my socket wrench to get in at them and take them out. Before I could pull it out, I had to take the 2 electrical connectors off the bottom just to make it smaller. These guys fit into the bottom of my panel there. I took them out first, took out these 4 there, moved the cables around, got this sucker out. That's all just to get back in this area behind here where the pedal assembly is. I've already taken it out. It looks like this. It has 3 bolts. 1 up here, 1 back there, and the hardest one to get out that I suggest you do first is the one that's back behind here. So what you have to do is you have to depress the pedal a little bit in order to be able to get at it. I would say put it all the way down. You can get that one out. Mine, it seems like somebody already replaced it. Mine has a star head screws. I don't know what yours is going to have. I think that was somebody else's fix. Take those out, and then it takes some work to maneuver this out of the car. Last thing, here's the cable. The cable goes into this slot here. I'll rotate it for you so you can see the little notch that it goes into. So if you were going to take the cable out, you would pull this up, get the cable up, and get it through the little slot. If you can see, I pulled it through that slot. It's not focusing really well, but there's on the back side a slot that the cable pulls through, and then you would do the reverse. Put this back behind here, get it to come up and around, and put a new cable in, and it sits in this groove here. To get the parking cable off the other end when you are replacing it, it's going to be in this, called a brake equalizer, and it will be sitting in this. Let me put the phone down real quick. It's going to be sitting in here like this. Actually, probably face upward like this. To get it out, you're going to have to pull back on this. Use some locking pliers. Take the pliers after you've pulled it back and attach them here against a flange in the bottom of the car. That'll keep this pulled backwards here and extended. That'll give you some slack to take this, slide it backwards. There are going to be cables attached to here. Rotate it, get this guy out, and then the cable is free. The parking brake assembly, that wire goes from here, back in here, down below, down through this groove. You're going to have to pull up the carpet, which is why they have you take this off, I didn't need to take this off, but you could, and it goes through that hole. After it goes through that hole, it goes down under the car, and the parking brake comes back this way to that brake equalizer, which was this thing. And that's how it all connects.